Sparks will inevitably fly when two titans of reality TV collide, but Kandi Burrus isn't holding back this time. She recently entered the Martell debate and caused a stir with her outspoken remarks about his actions and decisions, particularly in light of his recent romance with Sheree Whitfield, her co-star on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Fans have always responded well to Kandi's style, but this time her remarks have generated a heated discussion on social media. Many viewers have said it's over for him after she called out Martell, but this isn't the first time Martell has dealt with these problems. His infidelity during his marriage to Melody Holt, his difficulties with dubious reputation, and his dubious reputation in the dating world have all caused him to come under fire. However, Kandi's choice to confront him is a significant turning point in this continuing story, which has fans listening intently to everything she says. Let's go back to what ignited this drama-filled story before we discuss Kandi's comments. Since his personal life became the talk of reality TV, Martell Holt has been a hot topic of controversy. His marital infidelity scandals with Melody Holt continue to be one of Love and Marriage Huntsville's most talked about plot points. As he tried to co-parent with Melody in Generation and beyond, Martell's incessant infidelity caused his marriage to fail. He suffered public humiliation, and the drama never stopped. He is a divisive figure in the reality TV industry because fans have followed every messy detail, from allegations of dishonesty to the ongoing conflict between him and Melody. However, Martell's problems are not limited to adultery. His co-parenting difficulties have frequently taken center stage, highlighting the difficulties of raising kids in the midst of broken relationships. Some fans berate him for not accepting responsibility for the results of his actions, while others sympathize with the pressures he faces. You have a personality that keeps people glued to their screens for all the wrong reasons. When you combine it with his public image problems, which are frequently perceived as manipulative or opportunistic. When Martell started dating Sheree Whitfield, star of the Real Housewives of Atlanta, the drama escalated because Sheree, who is renowned for her self-assurance and no-nonsense attitude, seemed like a good fit for Martell. The crossover romance had fans talking. People questioned the authenticity of their relationship, even though Sheree acknowledged their relationship and revealed that Martell had met some of her family and friends. Many people were quick to assume that this was just another chapter in Martell's history of shallow relationships or a publicity stunt because of his past. This is where Kandi Burrus enters the picture. Kandi wasn't going to keep quiet about her friend's new relationship because she was Sheree's co-star and had strong opinions of her own. When Kandi hinted at a previous interaction with Martell that caused her to doubt his intentions, fans were already enthralled. Once she began to speak out, the drama escalated into a full-fledged conflagration. This is where Kandi joined the conversation, and believe me, she didn't arrive quietly. Kandi didn't mince words when talking about Martell and his relationship with Sheree in a recent interview. She shared a story that cast Martell in a dubious light. Kandi claims that a close friend of hers once attempted to set up a fictitious date with Martell at her eatery, OG, in order to record it for social media. The disclosure made Kandi doubt Martell's motives in that particular situation, as well as in his present relationship with Sheree. Despite Kandi's expressed concern that Martell's history of staged moments and attention-seeking behavior may indicate otherwise, she made it clear that she hopes Sheree is in a real, loving relationship. She underlined that public figures like Martell must prioritize accountability, particularly when their actions have a significant impact on those around them. She believes that Martell's past does not particularly demonstrate responsibility or sincerity. The protective tone Kandi used towards Sheree made her remarks even more hurtful. Kandi has always been outspoken about wanting the best for her friends, having dealt with her share of personal and professional drama. Her call-out wasn't just a criticism of Martell, it was also a warning to Sheree. Fans who value Kandi's ability to voice her opinions, even when doing so puts her in a contentious position, found resonance in her remarks. Viewers were aware of Kandi's protective posture and interpreted her remarks as a warning and a sign of her devotion to Sheree. Kandi has always been able to distinguish between entertainment and friendship. Although she doesn't hesitate to bring up difficult subjects, Kandi's worries about Martell's motivations appeared to be based on a sincere concern for her co-star. And given Martell's past, it's understandable why she felt compelled to speak up. Naturally, Martell wasn't gonna ignore Kandi's remarks. Martell Holt responded to the situation on social media with a response that was equal parts calm and aggressive. In a video that he shared, he tactfully rejected Kandi's statements, saying that she was misinformed and that her remarks were based more on hearsay than on the truth. Martell didn't specifically mention Kandi by name, but it was obvious from his tone that he thought her story was unfair and overblown. Martell's response presented him as a misunderstood man who has learned from his mistakes and is making an effort to move on. He talked about how his character is constantly being attacked, which is exhausting for both him and his family. Martell couldn't help but add a few jabs though, implying that Kandi was using his name to get attention. Reactions to Martell's post were mixed. Despite the fact that his message was meant to convey a sense of confidence and calm, some viewers applauded him for avoiding a heated argument and for taking the high road. Others saw his response as an effort to defuse the situation and correct the record. The statistics were shocking to them, and most are not being shared loudly, but the statistics go as follows. Though others weren't convinced. Accusing Martell of damage control, critics said his remarks were insincere and did little to allay Kandi's scathing suspicions about his intentions and actions. Additionally, fans pointed out that Kandi's account of the staged date at OGG was not directly addressed by Martell. The lack of a thorough rebuttal only served to increase the rumors about Martell's true motivations in his relationship with Sheree Whitfield, and if there's one thing reality TV fans are good at, it's stoking the flames on social media. For many, this omission was confirming their suspicion that Kandi's claims might be more credible than he wanted to acknowledge. Social media was inundated with comments after Martell's response. One of the most popular tweets said, "Kandi, say what we've all been thinking about Martell. Sheree needs to listen before she ends up in a mess." Team Martell's defenders countered that Kandi went too far in discussing a relationship that isn't directly related to her. Kandi should stay in her lane. If Sheree is content, why stir things up? One Instagram commenter wrote. The overlap of fandoms from Love and Marriage, Huntsville, and The Real Housewives of Atlanta added to the intrigue of these responses. Both shows' viewers contributed their viewpoints, which led to a dynamic in which Kandi's and Martell's supporters argued over who should be in charge. Therefore, Kandi's retort is a part of something much larger than Martell. One of the most reputable voices in reality TV has been cemented by Kandi Burrus. Kandi has consistently been a force for accountability during her numerous seasons on The Real Housewives of Atlanta. She has never been content to watch things spiral out of control, whether it's dealing with toxic relationships, financial dishonesty, or covert plotting. Her recent remarks regarding Martell Holt were a clear example of this dynamic. For Kandi, speaking up is about more than just making for entertaining television. It's also about defending her social circle and the integrity of the relationships in her immediate vicinity. Criticizing Martell was more than just a passing remark. It was an attempt to draw attention to trends she had heard and seen. Kandi's voice resonates with viewers who value honesty and loyalty because, as fans have noted, her protective nature extends beyond her friends to women in general. This is supported by Kandi's past, which includes conflicts with Marlo Hampton over pointless insults and confrontations with Phaedra Parks and Portia Williams regarding the explosive dungeon allegations. Kandi avoids pointless drama and bases her strategy on facts and receipts. She is a standout in the show's franchise because she speaks up when she has something important to say. What will happen to Kandi Martell and the other members of this dramatic cast next? Given the already high level of tension, it's probable that this feud will continue into upcoming Love and Marriage Huntsville and Real Housewives of Atlanta storylines. Although Martell and Sheree Whitfield's relationship is still relatively new, Kandi's involvement adds a level of complexity that might make things more difficult. Kandi's remarks will eventually be brought up in Sheree's conversations with her co-stars, who have a history of arguing when Sheree's personal life is questioned. Conversely, Martell might utilize this rivalry to support his own narratives, particularly if he wishes to portray himself as someone who is continuously being attacked while attempting to develop. It wouldn't be shocking if Martell played up the drama to deflect attention from his past issues and come across as misunderstood. Viewers of Real Housewives of Atlanta can anticipate more cast debates regarding whether Martell is genuinely interested in Sheree or if she is just using her influence. The latter has already been alluded to by Kandi, and this argument may lead to arguments among the other cast members as well as between Kandi and Sheree. Will the group unite around Kandi's observations, or will someone side with Martell? Whether Martell and Kandi will engage in direct combat is one question. Given Kandi's history of arriving prepared with receipts, fans are already discussing what she might bring to a sit-down confrontation, whether it takes place on screen or during a reunion special. Sheree is in a difficult situation. If she supports Martell, it might cause conflict with Kandi and other group members, but if she begins to doubt Martell's motives, it could cause their relationship to deteriorate. As Sheree navigates friendships, love, and loyalty in the intense spotlight of reality TV, this could pave the way for one of her most captivating storylines in years. However, what are your thoughts? Did Kandi go too far in criticizing Martell for what she perceives to be dubious behavior, or was it appropriate? Comment below with your thoughts, and remember to hit the like button, subscribe for more updates, and enable notifications so you don't miss any of the most recent information about your favorite reality TV stars.